On May 29th of this year, I was passing through Kansas City on my move from Little Rock, Arkansas to Leeds, South Dakota, when I was robbed of everything that I owned, including my car. This is a 6-month update since that robbery.
Hi, I'm Steve. As 2020 rocked the world, I decided my life needed a shakeup, and so I started teaching myself to paint on YouTube. I left my dream job and moved across the country to the mountains. At a mile high, Leeds, South Dakota is an old mining town going through an exciting revitalization spurred by scientific exploration and technology, research, and development. I'm here to simplify life, explore new passions, and reconnect with what's most important. I don't exactly know what lies ahead, but I do know there's sure to be plenty to see and learn. Join me on this grand adventure.
Hey there and welcome back to my channel. Many of you have requested an update since the robbery, and now that we're 6 months post-robbery, I wanted to do a thorough video just kind of explaining what happened as well as how everything turned out since that robbery. So let's backtrack a little bit. As I said, I was moving from Little Rock, Arkansas to Leeds, South Dakota on Memorial Day weekend at the end of May. Hey y'all, it is Saturday morning. I have just gassed up the truck and headed out to Kansas City. It's gonna be a long haul, getting used to hauling this car behind me and have to go slower, of course, with a big load. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun 3 days, but here we go, big adventure. I stopped over to see friends in Kansas City on Saturday evening, the 29th, and when I woke up the next morning, Sunday the 30th, I walked to where I had left my U-Haul trailer with my car on a tow dolly, and the trailer was gone. This is insane. My U-Haul, 15-foot U-Haul and car were parked there last night. There's no signs that say no parking. I have no idea where it is. I don't even know. I guess I'm going to call the police department to try to find out. I'm totally, I just have no, like, this trip is out of control. Thanks, Kansas City. I just couldn't get movers yesterday. I'm going to spend probably more than half today trying to find this thing, get it back, make sure nothing, because my car needed to be reset on the tow. Yeah, so I came around the corner and it wasn't here, and I'm just like, did I lose my mind? But we drove by last night to check on it and make sure it was okay, and it's gone. So I'll keep you posted. Now, when something like this happens, it's, as you can imagine, completely chaotic. You kind of go into denial. You run through all the scenarios, including being robbed, but you kind of hope that, well, maybe, or at least I did, that maybe I had parked in the place, on a different street and forgotten, or, maybe the police had towed it because it was an unmarked no tow zone. I wandered up and down the street looking for, no parking signs. There were none. Everything in me was hoping that I would be able to get just back on the road again, but that was not to be. The U-Haul was actually found a few days later on Tuesday after the Memorial Day weekend, Tuesday afternoon. So it was found relatively quickly, but my car wasn't located till almost 6 months later.
I promised y'all an adventure, and this is it. I just heard from the KCPD. They found the U-Haul. The police officer that found it was actually still with it. She said I could come pick it up. So I'm doing that, but the Uber I took from downtown, I put in one address, and it's actually the next number up, so I have a 5-minute walk, so I'm trying to hustle over there to meet her since the Uber dropped me off back at that intersection. And yeah, I'm a little frazzled. She said some of my belongings are still there. I'm sure the TVs and stuff are gone, and we'll see what is there. And hopefully we'll get back on the road tomorrow if we can. They haven't found my car or the tow dolly yet, so we shall see. We found it. Who would have thought? Like a needle in a haystack. They busted out or punched out the ignition. They left me another treat, which I just saw. I'll have to tell the policeman. So apparently they got in by literally grinding. You can see the marks there, grinding off the handle. The lock, which was the suggestion of my brother, is great and it's intact, but they literally took a metal grinder to it and cut the whole handle off. I don't know how you prevent that. So crazy. They left my piano, a dresser. Almost everything's gone though. Everything clearly was rifled through. It doesn't look like they left the things I was wanting, which was the artwork. Looks like the artwork that, not that I painted, but that I bought is completely gone. Yeah, they went through all my records, my files. That's where they probably found like all my information. But yeah, well, some of my original paintings are there. I wish they had left the others. But yeah, looks like they took everything, or almost everything.
So on Wednesday, I rented another U-Haul in Kansas City and transferred everything that was left by the thieves. When I condensed it down, was really about 6 boxes, as well as a few miscellaneous pieces of furniture. I think a side table, a dresser, and my piano, and transferred them to the new U-Haul and continued on my journey to Lead, South Dakota. Sadly, that was not the end of the moving drama. My drama continued once I got to Lead. The apartment that I had planned to rent here in Lead was completely unlivable. The previous tenants had left a bunch of really awful furniture in there. They left food in the refrigerator. They shut off the electricity in their name, and the landlord didn't turn it on. So there was food left in the refrigerator that had rotted. There were broken windows. There was a bunch of trash in the back of the apartment and kind of a patio area, and it was just full up. So in a way, it's great that I didn't show up with a full truck of my stuff to move into the space, because there was just a lot of junk still left in the space. I did find a new apartment relatively quickly. I was able to take possession July 1st. My previous apartment was June 1st, so I was really only out a month. If you haven't seen that video, I did a full video last week on the vlog with a tour of my new apartment. I am still waiting. There was significant damage to the U-Haul, about $5,000 of damage to the U-Haul. That has been turned over to U-Haul's insurance company. I'm trying to fight my insurance company to pay that. They're saying their policy doesn't cover, which technically is true. However, their insurance agent did tell me that I would be covered on this trip, and so I'm trying to get them to follow through on that. That's the only outstanding thing that's still kind of up in the air. In wrapping up this video, I want to share kind of a funny story. From the beginning to end, this process has been crazy. From Friday morning when the movers didn't show up, to Saturday when everything I owned was stolen, to a few days later getting to here to lead and not having an apartment to move into, to a few months later I was hiking through the mountains and dropped my phone down a ravine in between two boulders. At that time I joked that life was trying to teach me to let go of things because there wasn't much left that I could let go of. The final humorous thing happened when I bought my car. I bought it from an online retailer and had a great experience. The car was exactly as represented online. It was fairly smooth, but the car was coming from Florida to the far west end of South Dakota, so it was going to take several days. It was picked up the 18th of November, and I was told it should be here by the 24th. On the 22nd, I got a call from the delivery contractor that he was in Sioux Falls, which is on the far east end of South Dakota. And South Dakota is kind of a long rectangular state, so it's about probably 6-ish hours from Sioux Falls to where I am. And he said, I'll be there on the 23rd, which was Wednesday. I'll be there by 5 or 6 in the evening. He calls me at 5 or 6 and says that he's here in Lead. Remember that I said Lead is a mountain town? Main Street is basically the valley, and then all of the streets and all the houses are on mountains on either side. Main Street is also a state highway, so it's double lanes with a turning lane typically. That's the easiest place for a semi to get through town, so I had told him I would meet him at the visitor center at the bottom of Main Street. He was at the top of Main Street and was stopped in a turning lane up there. I said, turn the truck around, come down to the visitor center.
The long wait has come to an end. I have been looking for a new car for several months, and I actually found a car. It's been shipped from Florida actually, and the truck driver just called me and said that he is in town, so I'm walking down to the visitor center here in town where there's a parking lot big enough for him to unload the truck or unload the car. Super excited to have my own wheels again. Yeah, so y'all, when he called me earlier, he's driving a big truck, of course, with multiple cars on it. Lead is a tiny town, and I had given him the GPS, but it didn't take him, I don't know, he's not using Google Maps or something, because it didn't take him to the right place, and he's at the top of town, which is opposite of where I was. He told me, hey, give me 40 minutes. Well, he tried to go through town, which you can't drive a big 18-wheeler through town unless you stay on Main Street, which is the state highway. So he's down somewhere at the top of town. He's in some road trying to back up out of this road because it's too windy and he can't get through town. Poor guy. He's been driving all day. Whatever. Anyway, so he's literally fit to be tied, and a little frustrated, which I can understand. So hopefully eventually we will get my car off of the truck. And yeah, so I thought was going to be easy, but as we've seen from the beginning of this move, nothing can be easy for me this year. So hopefully with 2022 we turn a corner on Steve's drama, and you just have to laugh now, because I just expect crazy to happen in my life. So I will keep you updated. All right, y'all. So here we go again. The guy called me and got the truck backed up. Took him about another hour because he just had to go really slow. But he did find the visitor center, so now I'm walking back down the hill. Gave him another 30 to 40 minutes to unload. He had 5 cars in back of mine to unload off this long trailer of cars, and so hopefully he got those all unloaded, and my car is going to be available for me to take. Hopefully it's in the condition as presented. So yeah, fingers crossed, because you know I don't do anything easily. There it is, y'all. It is off the trailer. Perfect. That poor guy. All right, here we go. Let's hope it works.
Hopefully this is the final kind of episode of the saga of my robbery and move drama. So hopefully no more updates. This is it. Life is good, and we're about to head into a new year. So I'm hoping that 2020 turns the corner on the drama. But I appreciate each of you as viewers, as friends, those interested in this fantastic journey and life that I'm leading. I'm excited for what 2022 is going to bring. There's some new projects I'm working on, some new creative projects, of course the painting project. I've also started a new book writing project. So many things going on. I'm excited for you to tag along on this journey. So like I said, if you have not subscribed, I invite you to do so. I'd also invite you to like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to see further videos of my journey here in South Dakota, please do like this video. It helps others to find this video as well. That said, this has been a long one. I hope you enjoyed the update. Thank you again for all who have lent support, encouragement, and just a kind-hearted encouragement and your kindness during this time. It means the world to me. That said, I am heading on vacation this week. I hope to have a video up for you, but I will see you on the next video. Have a great week, and we will see you in December.